Hi, I'm Lauren, and today I'm going to show you how I made a wall calendar out of a blank framed chalkboard that I bought probably 5 or 6 years ago. It looks like this, and now that it's the beginning of a new year and I'm getting all organized again, it felt like the perfect time to finally use it. Personally, one reason why I don't use physical calendars super often is that I move my plans around a lot. So when I discovered that I could write my appointments and video ideas onto color-coded sticky notes rather than directly onto the calendar, it was kind of life-changing. Since then, I've been meaning to make a big calendar for my wall where I can see everything I've got coming up and move stuff around whenever I want to. So I did, and I'm so excited about the way it came out. Read the video description below for a list of materials you'll need, and here's how I did it. Leaving room at the top of the chalkboard for the month and days of the week, start placing 7 square templates in a straight line across the chalkboard for our first week. This 16-inch wide chalkboard I'm using happened to fit 7 of these 2x2-inch sticky notes while still leaving a bit of room between each one, which was good for me because they stick and don't move around. If you have a bigger or smaller chalkboard, you can measure and cut your own templates to fit. When you're happy with where they are, carefully trace around each template with a white paint marker. Then move the templates to the next row right beneath them, making sure they're evenly spaced, and trace those as well. It's okay if it's a little bit messy, since I think that gives it some charm and looks similar to chalk. Keep moving the templates into a new row and tracing them until you have 6 rows. You won't always use all of them, but some months fall into that 6th row depending on the day of the week they start, and that allows it to work for any month. At the top of each column, write the days of the week in pencil in any style you'd like, then trace over it with the paint marker. I'm just writing the first letter or 2 of each day. Feel free to start your week with Sunday or Monday if you have a preference, and then I'm adding a few little doodles in the corner here as well. Now, the way that we're going to be able to adjust this calendar to display any month is by putting the date numbers and the months on pieces of cardstock that we can move around. Cut out 31 little half-inch squares that will fit in the corners of the days, then write a number on each piece from 1 to 31. Then cut out a 2.5 by 8-inch piece for each month and write out the names of the months on those. If your handwriting isn't great, feel free to type these out and print them on your cardstock instead. Place the month card at the top and arrange the dates in the squares you drew, looking at a current calendar and paying attention to which day of the week each date falls on. I used some super slim washi tape to hold them all down because it's colorful and easy to remove. And then when next month arrives, just switch out the month card and move the dates. Here's what my chalkboard wall calendar looked like when I finished it. I like to write my video ideas and plans for the month on sticky notes and stick those onto the proper day so they can be easily moved around and I don't have to worry about erasing or crossing them out. That way, if I don't have time to do a specific video, I can carry it on to the next month. You can even color code them. There's also a little space left at the bottom where I can keep new ideas before I schedule them as well, which makes it even easier for me to figure out my posting schedule for the next month. The idea here is that it looks like a chalkboard, but you don't actually have to use any chalk, which in my opinion can be really messy and tough to read, and you can't write really small and fit a lot of stuff on it. Instead, I can write onto some cardstock and sticky notes that can go up there, and that makes it something that I'm much more likely to use and benefit from. Obviously, you can also customize this to fit your style and schedule, and that makes it pretty versatile. I'd love to see what you do with this idea if you end up making one yourself, so post a photo of your finished calendar on social media and tag me at LaurenFairWX. I've mentioned in a previous video that I like to use Trello to plan out all of my future videos on this channel, but sometimes I just feel like I want to be able to see what I have coming up at a glance, and there's a nice blank spot on my wall right next to my desk, so I thought that this would be perfect. If you're new here and you enjoyed this, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't lose me in the abyss that is YouTube. I like making projects like this, and I would love for you to stick around for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon!